Sophia Soto, Nerds of Color, and it is such a pleasure to speak with you. I'm a huge fan of your work.
Oh, likewise. Thank you.
Of course. And so I love that you are in this project. I am so excited to speak with you about it. Can you tell me what it means to bring this world to a whole new generation as well as bringing it back for old fans? I grew up watching it and it made my heart so happy to see it back.
Yeah, I mean, same here, right? I grew up watching the Santa Claus movies, big Tim Allen, Elizabeth Mitchell fan. So the idea that A, it's coming back, and then B, I get to be in it. I was very, very excited about that. And, we get to, our office was the North Pole for 3 months this spring. So there's very little to not like.
What was your reaction when you found out what the story was going to be? I think it's such an interesting kind of take on obviously these characters we love.
Yeah, no, for sure. I liked that it's a continuation, right? Because those movies
Yes.
are so revered that you almost you don't want to recreate it because the
Yeah.
world is so known. So reading it and seeing how it was updated for the world that we live in now, both in terms of the story and the plot, but also in terms of the special effects. I mean, when you see the North Pole, the set
Yes.
and the things that the team has done with it. There's a scene where I play a guy named Simon who gets to interview to potentially replace Santa Claus. There's a long list of us that get this interview, and the way it works is you kind of an elf comes to sprinkle some sort of magic dust, and the next thing you know, you're waking up in the North Pole. So in the case of Simon, who's a single dad, he's there
Yes.
with his daughter. He wakes up at the North Pole, immediately is enamored by the world around him, very quickly stubs his hallux, runs down the hallway, and is like, where am I and what's going on? That magic of all of that was very, very special for all of the reasons: the plot, the set, the team that ended up designing everything. And I hope you can tell from the way I'm describing it, like, you walk into work every day and experience that. I'm so excited that these 6 episodes are finally gonna drop so people can experience that too.
Yeah, definitely. And so one of my favorite memories, obviously, is gathering around with my family and watching these movies and so many other Christmas movies and shows. I'm curious for you, do you have a favorite memory tied to either watching the Santa Claus movies or any other holiday related project with your family?
Yeah, for sure. The A Christmas Story is probably that, and Home Alone and the Santa Claus movies are probably at the top tier of the ones that I grew up watching. But then as you get older, you also add, you're adding movies to that, like Die Hard and things that are like still Christmas movies, but kind of adjacent. So the idea that this lives in that world, especially for families, I have nieces and nephews now who I'm obviously not going to show them a Very Harold and Kumar 3D Christmas yet, maybe in a decade. But so the fact that they can watch this, or maybe we can watch it together, means a lot to me also, because it's a continuation of the stuff that we watched growing up.
I can't tell you how excited everyone was online, especially with seeing so many people come back and then seeing the new cast. What has it been like for you to see that reaction to the project? Were you like holding your tongue, waiting to announce it?
Yeah, look, it's a lot. It's really nice to see a lot of love for characters in a franchise that people like. I think we live in a polarized world where there's a lot of cynicism, and so to be part of something that is kind and hopeful and unifying is really special, especially with this incredible cast and crew and team that they put together.
I can't wait for everyone to love your character. I really loved him from the episodes I
Oh,
watched.
thank you.
Thank you so
That's
much
so
for
nice
talking to me. Congrats and happy
appreciate it.
holidays.
Thank you, you too.
Professional artists and professors. Maybe a nerd who's just like you, talking about the things that you like too. So I invite you to the NOC. In full color, you see me. The hard knock life. Comics, movies, and TV. Yeah. Pop culture with a different perspective. Watch it on your screen, hit play, so check this.